October 31st, Halloween. This will be the first Halloween video. On about 11 o'clock, 70 degrees. Here we are again. I don't know if y'all are tired of these auto repair videos, but I guarantee you I am tired of making them. I do not like working on cars anymore. It's almost like this has become my punishment, my hell on earth. We're still trying to get this oil leak fixed. So I pulled the cover back off, and there is oil just pouring down, coming from up top here somewhere, all down through here. Run down that side a little bit, but not as much. It doesn't look like it's coming from the oil pressure sending unit. I don't know if you can see it in there or not. They're not very good, can you? But, or the fitting that it goes into. So I got it cleaned up real good, dried it off and everything. And I said, well, let me check those intake bolts. And so lo and behold, these back two intake bolts on this side, the back two intake bolts on that side, but not as loose as these, weren't much more than finger tight. I don't know if that's it or not. We're going to leave this cover off. We're going to tidy things up a little bit where stuff won't fall off, fall out, and all this stuff. And we're going to leave the cover off, and we're going to drive it for a while and see if we can tell if that gets it, or if it is still leaking, if it's coming out of that intake. I do not want to, I don't even know what half this stuff is. I do not want to take this intake off and put gaskets on it. And I don't want to pay somebody to do it. I tell you what. Oh, me. Okay, well, let's tidy all this stuff up where it won't fall off, fall out, and run all over the place and everything else. We'll put a video, we'll video the going down the road, but it'll be loud, it'll be aggravating, but that's what we'll do. And see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a little dampness coming out of that intake now. Of course, I sprayed it with the cleaner, brake cleaner. So I don't know. But let's do that and run down the road. Okay, just in case I haven't made it clear, or I haven't told y'all lately just how bad I hate working on cars, let me make sure it's very clear. I hate working on these cars. Now that 98 parts Jeep over there, that's different. I don't have to get it in the road. I don't have to keep it in the road. But my main line 3 vehicles, whatever fun there used to be in working on these things has long since disappeared. That 98, I can show people how to do stuff, how to take stuff, you know, how it fits, all this kind of stuff. That's sort of fun. But when you got to work on these things to keep them running so you can get back and forth anywhere you want to go, you have just lost whatever fun there was involved in it. Okay, let's head down the road. I'll turn the speaker down because it's probably really loud. And we're going to keep an eye on this area right in here underneath the single unit of that intake and block meat. We could put some dye in here, but unless we see it coming out, we still won't be able to tell exactly, because that oil pressure sending unit, that bracket and stuff are so close together, I don't know that we'd be able to tell still where it's coming from. Take the brake off. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off, and then we'll pick it up here in a little bit. Smells like we have something burning. There's smoke coming out of there. Oh, that's probably all that oil and brake cleaner I sprayed on it. Poof! We'll be on fire. Okay, let's run a mile or so, come back. Yeah, there is a lot of heat and noise coming out of here. We probably need to figure out a way to get to those other intake manifold bolts, because if these back four over here were loose, I'm pretty sure the rest of them are too. It's a wonder this thing's even running. Turned into a very nice day. It was really foggy to start with. That's burnt off. A really nice autumn afternoon. Engine's going to be too hot to work on when we get back. There's a lot of heat and noise coming out of there. As much oil as was running down and dripping down out of there, this ought to show up a little bit if we have not fixed it. It ought to at least be wet coming out from this afternoon. Let it sit. We need to get over. There's the sheriff. Hot. Okay, let's turn it off and we'll check it when we get back and then let it cool off. We'll go somewhere, get us a bite to eat, and go in the Jeep and get back this afternoon and see if we see any signs of oil leaking. Okay, we're going to park over here in the shade, let this engine cool off, and we'll check it out. We'll look and see if we see anything now. Put it in park, set the brake. We don't want to go down the hill again. Look, there's a little puddle, but that's residual, that there. Let me get down there and take a close look. Is there some coming out of that corner intake? Let me turn this phone off. The camera off and get down there and take a better look. Well, this thing won't focus there. I think it's coming out of the intake. I can't quite tell. I don't think it's coming out of that oil pressure sending unit thread. I don't know why this thing keeps losing focus. I think it's coming out of the intake. coming out of the intake. Well, I'm gonna price somebody else doing it. I don't know what half that junk is. I don't want to mess with it. Okay, I have checked online and I'm going to go get some syringes, and they even have a curved oral syringe. I'm going to see if I can find some syringes, and I'm going to try to inject some sealant in that crack. I'm going to loosen those 4 bolts up on the back end of that intake, see if I can't get a little crack in there and inject some sealant in there. So I'll add some pictures and video of other stuff on the back of this, but this will wrap this one up. The next video will be of the syringe trying to inject some sealant into the crack and stop this oil leak. Hopefully there's nothing else leaking, but we'll find that out, I guess, too. We're going to leave them alone right now. We're going to go get a hamburger, cheeseburger at the store. Okay, we're back from cat sitting. It's been a week. We're going to check, see what it does, how it cranks and runs or whatever it does, and work on it from there. Maybe it'll do a little bit better now that we're back. Had time to mix that new gas with the old gas a little bit better.